Welcome back to this channel. Today we are continuing our Read With Me series on Eat That Frog, and we are at chapter 15, Maximize Your Personal Powers. For those who are joining for the first time, Eat That Frog is a personal development and time management book that will help you to manage your time effectively and get more done in less time. So let's continue. Get a pen and a diary or a sheet of paper to take very important points that you will apply later after reading. Okay, so maximize your personal powers. Gather in your resources, rally all your faculties, marshal all your energies, focus all your capacities upon mastery of at least one field of endeavor. John Haggai. The raw material of personal performance and productivity is contained in your physical, mental, and emotional energies. Your body is like a machine that uses food, water, and rest to generate energy that you then use to accomplish important tasks in your life and work. When you are fully rested, for example, you can get 2 times, 3 times, and 5 times as much done as when you are tired or burn out. One of the most important requirements for being happy and productive is for you to guard and nurture your energy levels all the time, at all times. Overworking can mean underproducing. The fact is that your productivity begins to decline after 8 or 9 hours of work. For this reason, working long hours into the night, although is sometimes necessary, means that you are usually producing less and less in more and more time. The more tired you become, the worse the quality of your work will be, and the more mistakes you will make. At a certain point, you can reach the wall and simply be unable to continue, like a battery that is run down. Work at your own pace. There are specific times during the day when you are at your best. You need to identify these times and discipline yourself to use them on your most important and challenging task. So I'm going to underline here, which is saying that you should identify the time you are most effective in the day and use your most challenging and important task. I have been using this and it has been helping me a lot. The most difficult task that I have when I wake up and I am very my willpower is very high or very strong at that time, that is the time I use it for those kind of tasks. Okay, let's continue. Most people are at their best in the morning after a good night's sleep. Some people are better in the afternoon. A few people are more creative and productive in the evening or late at night. A major reason for procrastination is fatigue or attempting to start on a task when you are tired. You have no energy or enthusiasm. Like a cold engine in the morning, you can't seem to get yourself started. Whenever you feel overtired and overwhelmed with too much to do and too little time, stop yourself and just say, all I can do is all I can do. Sometimes the very best use of your time is to go home early and to go to bed and sleep for 10 hours straight. This can completely recharge you and enable you to get 2 or 3 times as much work done the following day and of a far higher quality than if you had continued working long into the night. Get enough sleep. According to many researchers, the average American is not getting enough sleep relative to the amount of work he or she is doing. Millions of Americans are working in a mental fog as the result of working too much and sleeping too little. One of the smartest things you can do is to turn off the television and to get to bed by 10 p.m. each night during the week. Sometimes 1 extra hour of sleep per night can change your entire life. Here is a rule for you. Take one full day off every week during the day, either Saturday or Sunday. Absolutely refuse to read, clear correspondence, catch up on things from the office, or do anything else that taxes your brain. Instead, go to a movie, exercise, spend time with your family, go for a walk, or participate in any activity that allows your brain to completely recharge itself. It is true that a change is as good as a rest. Take regular vacations each year, both long weekends and 1 or 2 week breaks to rest and rejuvenate. You are always the most productive after a restful weekend or a vacation. Going to bed early 5 nights a week. Sleeping in on the weekends and taking one full day off each week will ensure that you have far more energy. This added energy will enable you to overcome procrastination and get started on your major task faster and with greater resolve than you ever could if you were tired. Guard your physical health. In addition to getting a lot of rest, to keep your energy levels at their highest, be careful about what you eat. Start the day with a high protein, low fat, and low carbohydrate breakfast. Eat salad with fish or chicken at lunch. Avoid sugar, salt, white flour products, and dessert. Avoid soft drinks, candy bars, and pastries. Feed yourself as you would feed a world-class athlete before a competition because in many respects that is what you are before starting work each day. I'm going to just highlight this one. Aim to exercise about 200 minutes each week. The agreed upon standard for excellent levels of fitness. This is equal to about 30 minutes per day and can be achieved by going for a walk before or after work, or by walking short stretches during the day. You can swim, use exercise equipment, or play sports, but build exercise into your daily routine just as if it were a business appointment. By eating lean and healthy, exercising regularly, and getting lots of rest, you will get more and better work done easier and with greater satisfaction than ever before. The better you feel when you start work, the less you will procrastinate, and the more eager you will be to get the job done and get on with other tasks. High energy levels are indispensable to higher levels of productivity, more happiness, and greater success in everything you do. Eat that for 1. Analyze your current energy levels and your daily health habits. Resolve today to improve your levels of health and energy by asking the following questions. What am I doing physically that I should do more of? What am I doing that I should do less of? What am I not doing that I should start doing if I want to perform at my best? What am I doing today that affects my health that I should stop doing altogether? 2. Select one activity or behavior that you can change immediately to improve your overall levels of health and energy. Practice that one action over and over until it becomes a habit. Then select a second way to improve and begin on that. Whenever your answers are to the above questions, whatever your answers are to the above questions, take action today. Chapter 16, motivate yourself into action. It is in the compelling zest of high adventure and of victory and of creative action that man finds his supreme joys. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. To perform at your best, you must become your own personal cheerleader. You must become your own personal cheerleader. You must develop a routine of coaching yourself and encouraging yourself to play at the top of your game. Most of your emotions, positive or negative, are determined by how you talk to yourself on a minute to minute basis. It is not what happens to you, but the way that you interpret it, things that are happening to you that determines how you feel. Your version of events largely determines whether these events motivate or demotivate you, whether they energize or de-energize you. To keep yourself motivated, you must resolve to become a complete optimist. You must decide to respond positively to the words, actions, and reactions of the people and situations around you. You must refuse to let the unavoidable difficulties and setbacks of daily life affect your mood or emotions. Control your inner dialogue. Your level of self-esteem, how much you like and respect yourself, is central to your levels of motivation and persistence. You should talk to yourself positively and all the time to boost your self-esteem. Say things like, I like myself, over and over until you begin to believe it and behave like a person with a high performance personality. To keep yourself motivated and to overcome feelings of doubt or fear, continually tell yourself, I can do it, I can do it. When people ask you how you are, always tell them, I feel terrific. No matter how you really feel at the moment or what is happening in your life, resolve to remain cheerful and upbeat. As Viktor Frankl wrote, Viktor, I think this name is difficult to pronounce, but it should be what? Frank, okay, wrote in his best-selling book, Man's Search for Meaning, the last of the human freedom is to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. Refuse to complain about your problems, keep them to yourself. A speaker humorist, Ed Foreman says, you should never share your problems with others because 80% of people don't care about them anyway. And the other 20% are kind of glad that you have got them in the first place. Okay, let me highlight this one too. Develop a mental attitude. In Martin Seligman's 22-year study at the University of Pennsylvania, summarized in his book Learned Optimism, he determined that optimism is the most important quality you can develop for personal and professional success and happiness. Optimistic people seem to be more effective in almost every area of life. It turns out that optimists have four personal behaviors, all learned through practice and repetition. First, optimists look for the good in every situation. No matter what goes wrong, they always look for something good or beneficial, and not surprisingly, they always seem to find it. Second, optimists always seek the valuable lesson in every setback or difficulty. They believe that difficulties come not to obstruct but to instruct. They believe that each setback or obstacle contains a valuable lesson that they can learn and grow from, and they are determined to find it. Third, optimists always look for the solution to every problem. Instead of blaming or complaining when things go wrong, they become action oriented. They ask questions like, what is the solution? What can we do now? What is the next step? Fourth, optimists think and talk continually about their goals. They think about what they want and how they get it. They think and talk about the future and where they are going rather than the past and where they come from. They are always looking forward rather than backward. When you continually visualize your goals and ideals and talk to yourself in a positive way, you feel more focused and energized. You feel more confident and creative. You experience a greater sense of control and personal power. And the more positive and motivated you feel, the more eager you are to get started and the more determined you are to keep going. Eat that frog. 1. Control your thoughts. Remember, you become what you think about most of the time. Be sure that you are thinking and talking about the things you want rather than the things you don't want. Keep your mind positive by accepting complete responsibility for yourself and for everything that happens to you. Refuse to criticize others, complain, or blame others for anything. Resolve to make progress rather than excuses. Keep your thoughts and your energy focused forward on what you can do right now to improve your life and let the rest go. Yeah, we've got to the end of chapter 16. Tomorrow we shall continue chapter 17 and 18, hopefully. Yeah. Remember to leave your comments in the comment section. Thank you too for following and reading to this far. If you have followed to this far from the beginning to now, I am sure you have learned a lot of things. I encourage you to apply the wisdom you have learned. Remember to subscribe, leave your comments in the comment section. If you have any problem or anything to suggest that will help to improve this Read With Me series. And once again, thank you and see you in the next video. Remember to share it with others as well. Bye.